Is it go time?
Yeah, it's go time.
Oh, fantastic. Greetings, everyone. My name is Jaeger. In the booth with me is Joe, and in production we have Igneous. Boy, do we have a lineup for you today. An impromptu scramble matchup between you and I teams, because both of these teams have a bye week this week. We're just going to get evenly balanced teams from our head coaches and coordinators, and we are going to have some fun playing some Overwatch. No stakes as the NECC is on a break. Joe, how are you doing?
I'm good. Today was a kind of a chill fall day. I'm excited to get into these games. Yeah, how about you? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, it's the first inklings of fall. That's what I'm most excited about. And I'm excited that the fall is kind of in full swing. It's been a chill day for me as well. So, knowing nothing of the Scramble format, it seems to be just a pick a team, pick a map, kind of play as you will. We also have funny team names where we have Benedict and I can't remember what the
They're
other
against
team.
Over Easy for this first game.
Oh, okay. So it's Benedict versus Over Easy. Benedict is going to be your blue team. Over Easy is going to be your red team. And already out the gate, we're playing on Nepal.
Yeah, this is Nepal Shrine.
So already starting off for both of the. I want to say you and I, but that's literally both teams.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Oh,
already quick kill from Roadkill using the Ram and getting that first clean pick, and that's going to swap for Benedict. So good job, Benedict, the blue team.
okay.
Already strong.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Benedict as the blue team straight in my head before I misname them really quickly here, but they are holding this point really well.
Yeah, what do you like so far, Joe, that you've seen in this first team fight?
I think the Symmetra pick on this Nepal Shrine map is really good. It can help the team get over the hump at the start, right out of the spawn, and we saw Benedict do that, and they got the point pretty quick and were able to get a pick off on Over Easy. Now all they gotta do is hold it and defend.
Yeah, and that's going to be so easy, but Roadkill goes down quickly as Skip, who's a clutch player, especially on the JQ. Not playing his normal route, able to force Benedict off, and Over Easy is going to flip this point. So already seeing some comfort picks coming from Vandium. I really know that he really likes that Junkrat pick.
Yes, he does. He's got his ult ready.
Yeah, and he's already has his ult, so looks like Over Easy is so far, I wouldn't say winning the ult game, as we see God's Jedi playing the Alari, having Sunbeam available, so still anybody's game at this point. Very well
Okay,
managed.
so the Vandium Junkrat ult went out, and he was able to get Genji off of Benedict.
Wow, so already doing a strong game right now for Over Easy, but here comes Benedict as they're going to pop the Alaria ult, and God Jedi is going to get the diff on the Bookster. God Jedi gets the kill on Vandium.
But
Benedict is on their way. Go ahead, Joe.
I was just saying that he's getting focused by this Sombra right now.
Yeah,
God's Jedi?
Yeah, it was crazy. Even with the knockback a little bit of it's sort of kind of like the gnat-like nature of the Sombra is going to basically not play a factor, and Benedict's going to get this flip back. So, and with three ultimates to 2, that's a good setup.
I agree. The Sombra ult with the Alari ult might be good, but Genji's going to be ulting here. He's going to get the pick on the Alari real quick. Tries to get the pick on the Mercy. He's not able to secure it.
Unfortunate set of circumstances there for Unlasting, as Moonlit is able to get out of the way, but goes down quickly from Roadkill, just catching Moonlit out of position there, trying to avoid the ultimate, ends up paying the ultimate sacrifice anyway, now with 90% on this first map.
Will Over Easy be able to take this point back? And it looks like they're going to be able to. It's just Roadkill, and he's down. So they're able to get it back at the last second there.
Yes, they were, as I believe it was the Boogster able to get the Ilaria ult and get a triple kill, I believe. Like, that is some absolute crazy just ability to play. So good job on the Boogster, able to get this point flipped at 99%. So we still got pretty much a game. These teams have been pretty well balanced so far.
It has been a very back and forth game on this first round, and we're going to see God's Jedi try to ult with Ilari here. It lands on Vandium, and she's able to get him. Or Ilari. I refer to the character's gender. My bad.
Yes, as you know what, I don't think God's Jedi would mind either way. Maybe you will, but but already in the overtime push, both of these teams seem to be duking it out as God's Jedi is still trying to heal up his team as
the Vandium
gets
tire.
a double kill. Roadkill tries to get an annihilation going, but that's not going to help us. Skip is going to swatch to the Ramatra, get the kill on that, and get this overtime ticked over again.
Is it going to be enough for over easy though? The fight is still going on.
Yeah, with both of these teams seeming to pick quick routes, trying to get teams back and forth, but it looks like Benedict is going to have to come back and rethink about what they want to do. They still have about 1, maybe 2 team fights left if they don't get scattered.
Exactly. Benedict's going to have to focus up here and regroup and get a good push on. It's looking like there's only going to be 1 fight left because of the regroup time, but they're rushing in with Lucio.
And here we go. Benedict's going to make this last stand as we're pushed 99 to 99. Vandium with the double kill. Skip gets an annihilation kill on God's Jedi. 3 of Benedict is down. Make that all the team members. And this is going to be a quick point for over easy. A really
that was a good
difficult
first round.
Yeah, it was really a back and forth tug. Of course, that's just amazing. What did you see, Joe?
I saw that Skip's ult on Ramatra at the end definitely helped win them that fight, and it looks like we're gonna have a pause come out really quick because I think Roadkill's restarting his game.
Yes. Well, that's kind of interesting to go ahead and get that. But as we have a pause, let's go ahead and talk about merchandise. For those of you who want to support UNI Esports, the quickest way you can do that is go to the bottom of the page where we have a merch tab, and you can go ahead and click that, or you can go to https esportsgear.com/collections/university of Northern Iowa. And the one thing that I want to point out to you, kind viewer, is that our jerseys are only starting at $35.99. Now, I know I talked a little bit before the hand with Joe. He's not a big football guy. Well, I am. And the simple fact of the matter is, I just ordered me a Keenan Allen jersey. With shipping, that was $104.
Oh my god.
It was $104, Joe. But guess what? You can get merchandise and support UNI esports players by getting the jersey for only $35.99. So not only do you get the wonderful rep of the UNI esports team, you can get it fully customizable, but it's way cheaper than any other jersey on the market right now.
And one thing you didn't mention, Jaeger, but you can put your own whatever text you want on those jerseys.
This is true. You can put whatever text you want. So if you want to get it as a gift for the gamer in your life, you can do that here. So I guess while we're paused here as well, Joe, I believe you have season 7.
Yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about season 7. If anyone enjoys this game and plays it frequently, they know that there's some stuff that is not so fun to play against, namely like Sombra, and she's going to be getting a big change on, or not necessarily a big change, but changed on the 10th. She's going to be having mainly her stealth and her translocator changed. So like before, how it is now, you can be stealthed indefinitely, and when you reveal by like shooting or getting too close. Mm-hmm. It's going to be similar in 5 days where you're stealthed all the time, but you're not pressing a button. It's a passive. They're changing it from a button to a passive.
Interesting.
And instead of having that button, they're going to give her a new ability called Virus, where you infect enemies with a projectile that deals damage over time. So a lot of people on the internet are calling it pocket sand. It looks like a little thing you throw out, and it hits people and infects them. But when they're keeping Sombra's hack, so the part where you hack people, I think that's the most frustrating part of playing against Sombra, and they're keeping that in, which is an interesting choice. And the one other thing I said, they're changing her translocator, so you throw the little thing on the ground, and you throw it there and you leave it currently. In 5 days, it's going to be you throw it and you basically insta teleport when it lands. So it's going to be a little bit more skill oriented on like when you decide to use your translocator. So I'm excited to see those changes go through, and we're also going to be getting a new map. I think it's called Samoa. Yeah, it is. It's going to be a control map, so it's one of those ones, if you don't know, where it's King of the Hill 3 times or best of 3. So that'll be interesting to play. I'm glad that we're not getting another Flashpoint map because I really don't enjoy that mode.
Really?
Do you like that mode?
I have not personally played it. I didn't know it was a mode until last week in the middle of my casting session for this game, because it just proves to show how much I haven't played. Today was the first day that I actually played Overwatch in 6 months.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's a little frustrating to play, just because you end up walking so far. But enough about that. Looks like we're unpausing, and we're gonna be getting into round 2 here.
All right, so over easy. Already taking a map on this Benedict team. Of course, Roadkill had to go for the whole reason for this pause is he went and restarted his system. So maybe some issues on that side. Maybe got a little better this time around. But what do you like about this map for either team that you kind of see with these compositions, Joe?
Okay, so with this map, there's a giant hole in the center, and Orisa is a good pick because she can shove people into that hole. And we see both teams have a Lucio, and I'm a Lucio main, so I love this map. It's a great map for booping people into the hole.
Yes. I mean, even then still with Roadkill here, you can get a good spear shot if you get a good angle on it. You could also use that pushback. But already immediately, Roadkill is going to be out with a little Sombra trickery there as Mr. Sir Claps is going to hack. But both of these teams are trying to push and get the space that's available here because, of course, that overlook point is very important. And already Moonlet's going to go in deep with the Lucio, able to get it out and Skip with a double kill.
2-3 picks.
And there goes Skip, one of the best players in, of course, Overwatch in general. Of course, everybody loves Skip and his skill, and he's wonderful. But it just proves to show that Skip understands, when to press that attack, when to hold back. Of course, Moonlit going in as Delucio kind of created that little buffer, and out of nowhere, the triple kill from Skip.
Yeah, that was crazy. And it looks like Benedict's going to realize that they're holding up in this choke here. They try to go outside, and they are getting a little bit punished for it. Not quite able to make it through, and they're going to have to back off and regroup.
Yeah,
the Sombra pick from Overeasy is really doing a lot of work.
Yeah, Overeasy's doing a good job at coordinating who they want to attack, hack, so on and so forth, causing Roadkill to swap now to the Winston. Hopefully they can get some value from that, but Skip is already having his Annihilation available, and he's going to use it. It's already 50% ticked over for Overeasy, but Skip's able to get the kill on God's Jedi, so getting the value as Roadkill seems to SD on that one, but on last he's going to try and swap to a Tracer, get some value there, and Vandium is going to get the kill with the tire. So interesting.
Overeasy's going to have to make a move, or excuse me, Benedict's going to have to make a move here because they are running out of time to capture this point.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a do or die situation here. They're going to have to pop a couple ultimates, try and utilize it.
Yeah, we see the tree come out from God's Jedi, and we see Roadkill using his Winston ult. He's able to get the Lucio, which is massive because he has his beat up.
Yeah, that's a good counterplay there as S-Jet and the whole side of Benedict able to get a series of kills and able to flip this point. So they're going to have to get together, go back, push into that choke, and do a stronghold right now against Overeasy, who's been communicating excellently with Mr. Sir Claps in that Sombra position.
Yeah, and it's just in time too, because Overeasy was at 95% on that cap.
And it looks like Accident's going to initiate with the Kitsune Rush, but God Jedi is going to pay for that. A skip again going in, utilizing the abilities of that brawly comp that Overeasy is deciding to use. But S-Jet's going to apply this pressure here, try to get the pick, and has to go back with 37%. Skip gets the kill on Roadkill. Skip gets another kill with Annihilation, so that's just additional value added. And
Benedict's fighting to the last man for this point.
exactly, they're going to stall out as much as they can. And with this,
yeah, that's going to be a second round for Overeasy, and I think that's going to be game for them. Yeah.
Yeah. So far so good for Overeasy. Of course, Skip getting dividends on his ability to utilize all the different kit and focus. Just a lot better team play that we saw on Overeasy versus Benedict.
Oh man, yeah, you're right. That was a crazy. What is that called from Alari?
Oh, the Sunbeam?
Yeah, her ult is like Sun Star.
Something.
Yeah, when you get hit by it, you're starstruck or Sun. I don't even know, but
Thunderstruck?
it was a big Alari ult.
Thunderstruck. But yeah, so far so good. And also I like how Overeasy is also getting it together with the emblems there.
Sunstrike.
Thank you, Coldplay Fan One. So far so good. I don't know if they are swapping out team members, I do believe, because it looks like there's Coonrad, Clarkster, Vandium, Skip, God's Jedi. So it looks like some people are getting swapped in and out. I know on Lasting, he was on, I believe, Benedict before.
Yeah.
So yeah, so they're doing a couple trades in and out. Of course, everybody's going to try and get to play a little bit as they can tonight. But I'm so excited. While we're waiting for these team things, do you want to keep going through Season 7 changes?
Oh, yeah. So I think I left off on, we were talking about Flashpoint versus Control.
Correct. And so for me, I've only seen it Flashpoint played. I've never played it myself.
Yeah, the frustrating part about Flashpoint is sometimes you end up having to walk, like you respawn and it says go to the point, right? And it shows you the distance at 150 meters, and you're like, oh man, I spend 30 seconds walking to the point.
Right. And now you gotta walk all the way over.
Yeah, and it feels bad when you lose a push because it takes so long to walk to the point. They end up getting the point by the time you get there.
That's silly. Well, that's another thing too, is a lot of it has to do with the RNG of where the next point is going to be.
Right.
Because isn't it because I know the center one.
It's so the points are set up in an H.
Right.
And it immediately goes left or right after you fight over the center.
Okay, gotcha.
And I'm pretty sure it generally goes like if you win that I don't know, it's weird. So if you win the first point, it'll go left or right, and then if you win that next point, so 2 in a row, I think it goes like closer to your own spawn, which is really strange.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
But like each time you lose a point, like a different team wins a point, it like switches sides. So that's when it can get really frustrating if you win a point, then lose a point, and then win a point, then you're walking across the entire map. And just the way that game mode is set up, you're supposed to like hold up, like we just saw on that Nepal map. When you win that point, you hold up in that room. That choke. The Flashpoint maps work really similarly. So you end up basically fighting as the next point shows up. So you win the point, and you're holding in front of the point because you want to win, and you have to walk to the next point, but you run into the enemy team as you're doing so. It's you fight in between the points, and nobody's on the point, and it's really frustrating.
Yeah, and plus you gotta put in the fact that no one wants to play the point. So when it gets changed, it just moves where everybody has to fight anyway.
Yep, and looks like for these switched up teams, we're going to be playing on Blizzard World. I do love this map.
It is one of my favorite. It's a hybrid map, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's one of my favorite hybrid maps. So already we see for Benedict, it's going to be Accident, Clarkster, Luke. How do you say?
Locarpus?
Locarpus?
I think so.
Interesting. I mean, I just didn't know because that almost sounds like a Pokemon.
Yeah, it does sound like a Pokemon.
Lucario almost. Lucarpus.
They did switch Skip's team and they switched his role, so they put him on.
They put him on his main support. So of course, following up the support team for Benedict is going to be Skip and God Jedi. Now looking over at Overeasy, it's going to be Coonrad on the tank. XNL and Bailey Joe are your DPS. Moonlit and NECC on support. So here we go, Blizzard World. The biggest thing here is going to try passing this first point.
Yeah, this choke right here is pretty brutal. If you get stuck here, you're going to have a hard time.
Yeah, already. But, I mean, just the way that Overeasy is kind of set up, they are kind of like in that pseudo-dive position. But the Torbjorn pick from Clarkster is actually going to be huge on defending this top point. Because we all know in Overwatch, the high ground is what wins you games.
Yes. I think Benedict's team comp is a little interesting. The Sigma, Torb, and Genji. I mean, they do have the Genji and Ana for the Nano Blade. Mm-hmm. But Genji's going to have a hard time. I think they're going to have a hard time dealing, like... I guess they're doing fine damage-wise right now. They just got to pick on Coonrad as the tank, but I feel like... I don't know. Yeah. It might be hard for Genji to pop off. Although he's making it work.
I agree. The synergy isn't really quite there. I mean, I would personally like to see more of like a soldier, more of that like distance poking, as instead of like just an outright flanker, especially on defense. But I mean, if they can get it to work and able to do the spend but don't break against this divey comp, they'll be able to do good. And already out the gate, XNL's going to take down that. He's going to get a double kill. But Clarkster's going to answer with his own double kill. Triple kill even. So break defense right now for Benedict.
I spoke too soon on the Torbjorn pick there.
So, yeah, that Torbjorn, especially on defense on any team, like especially on King's Row, just and if you can get that turn on a high ground, it's gonna do so well. So, but with XNL getting pushed off, it's going to have to come to how can do this. But Bailey Joe trying to get some kind of flank going, can't get it going, and here comes Benedict now with the ults. Both support ults are gonna go out, and Bailey Joe's able to get the kill on Clarkster. Lucapris is going to take down Moonlit, but Coonrad's going to take out Lucapris. Accident. NECC is going to get the res on Moonlit. Skip able to get in and with the melee take down Bailey Joe, but still a bend but don't break defense from Benedict.
Yeah, I think Overeasy's having a hard time because the Torbjorn has stayed up, I'm pretty sure, in all of these fights. It definitely stayed up that entire last fight.
Yeah. So definitely really telling on just how, the resources are being utilized by Benedict right here. And how they're able to use that game sense, kind of move around. Like their ability to kind of go where they need to. Right as soon as I say that, Coonrad gets the kill on Clarkster, but it's going to come down to who, because the first pick really hasn't mattered in these team fights, I've noticed.
Yeah, no, it has not. Looks like Bailey Joe is trying to harass these healers as Tracer.
Yeah, that's kind of the point. Oh, and Bailey Joe's gonna get the ultimate kill on Lucapris.
Having that McCree down is gonna be really helpful for this push.
Yeah, and already they're gonna take that space as they're going to try and continue to add that pressure. But now here's Molten Core from XNL. Or, excuse me, from Clarkster. I didn't even see the swap.
Yeah.
And XNL is going to get the Torbjorn diff as Clarkster goes down.
Over Easy is going to be going into overtime to try to get this point here. And we're going to see Benedict with the high noon.
That's nasty. And already with this overtime ticking over, Over Easy needs to do something and do something quick.
Ooh, this is quite the battle that's raging for this point.
Yes, of course, Fanny and the Hammer only can get you so far as Coonrad takes down a Lucas. And Moonlit keeping her team alive. This is overtime, kind of ticks over everybody, trying to utilize what they can.
Tracer got nanoed.
Oh, XNL gets a hammer kill on Clarkster.
Okay, the fight is finally over, and Over Easy's able to take this point.
Wow, so what did you see in that chaos, Joe?
There's like 45 seconds of fighting there where both Torbjorn's ulted, and XNL's about got his ult up again. It looked like Moonlit ulted Bailey Joe on Tracer. It also looked like at the start, Low Carpus was on that Cassidy, and he was able to get a couple of kills. He got like one kill, I think, but there's a lot of stuff was happening, and it was a lot of fighting for like 30 to 45 seconds there.
Yeah, it was very sustained. I mean, that just really tells how good Skip, God's Jedi, Moonlit, and NECC are just on their ability to keep their team up. Try and stay alive, because I've only noticed that Clarkster and XNL have been the first picks. As I say that, Coonrad is going to go down as the first pick in this push for Over Easy. So Clarkster looking for that hammer kill. He's going to go in, try and go for XNL, but he's going to back away. Oh, I did see in the chat that they wanted to do a hammer duel, which XNL is going to try and bait that out. They're going to go into the room.
Oh, the Tor battle.
Here's the hammer.
The hammer.
Full health. Clarkster's going to try and go in.
Who's going to win this?
XNL with 97. He's going to get the Clarkster.
Oh.
And Clarkster gets the hammer kill. XNL goes down. What a set of circumstances. How about that, Joe?
Oh, man. It's going to be tough for Over Easy to push off of that, but both Torbs will be having ult up, so we'll see.
Both of these teams gonna try and utilize what they can, as God's Jedi is going to use the Kitsune Rush, and with this, XNL is going to answer the favor, try and zone some folks out there with Molten Core.
Yeah, but Accident still got his Sigma ult up. The Gravitic Flux could turn the fight if things start looking bad for Benedict. And Benedict wants to blow their Molten Core, stop this push.
Yeah, so they're going to try and zone that out, but of course, the favor now is definitely in Benedict's favor now with 12 seconds left to go. They need to push now, and just Benedict's been applying all this pressure.
Wait a minute, what's Ana doing out here?
Uh-oh, Stinky.
What's going on?
Skip able to get the solo on Bailey Joe, but Luca, look at all of these team kills out from Benedict, and with this, round one is complete.
That was some interesting strategy there at the end. We saw Skip and God's Jedi basically leave their entire team and go out on a little bit of a DPS mission.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. As much as I would like to see conventional high-tier Overwatch today, I just don't think that's in the cards.
So I'm interested to see what Benedict's going to pick for the attack here, and what Over Easy is going to go with for the defense here. I wonder if we're going to see Torbjorns again. I like the Torbjorn on this map.
I do like the Torbjorn. Very interesting that XNL was able to get the Torbjorn pick on attack, which is kind of interesting. Normally, of course, like you would see on attack, you would usually play like Soldier, not really a Bastion. I guess it all really depends on the kind of attack comp that you want to go with, but it's interesting to see. But of course, I understand that Clarkster's going to play Torbjorn again, this time on... Oh, no, he's playing it on attack. I guess That's interesting.
I can't with this Sojourn voice line. Oh, man.
There's always one line for every character.
Okay, so I just want to point out that Overeasy does have a Bastion. That's going to be quite annoying for Benedict. And they do have a Widow, so that might be annoying as well. This is a good point
Bailey
for
Joe
Widow.
is going to try and look for that first pick. I agree. As Clarkster gets slept in the back line. How about that from Moonlit?
Ooh, Doomfist is purpled, and he's not going to make it out of there.
No accident applying that pressure. That was a good combination with the sleep from Skip. And already Overeasy's going to have to back up on point and take off from the high ground.
Yep,
so Coonrad on the defense with the just can't get anything going as he comes back there with Doom.
How did Ana get there? That's crazy.
That is interesting. Skip does a full 380.
How is he behind them? Where did he go to
He's gonna get a double kill. Here comes Skip again. He's gonna go.
Triple.
Accident picks up the kill on XNL. Elite Joe is gonna try and get a. Oh, that's
Sigma.
nasty.
That's big. Now they're able
nasty.
to just watch this choke. That's kind of good.
Yeah, so that was a good, again, bend but don't break defense from Benedict. Or excuse me, Overeasy. Gosh, it's not easy with these teams.
I know.
Skip's gonna
Skip
get.
is just deadly on Ana.
Yeah, it is one of his main characters that he likes to play. He is very highly ranked on the support role. So of course, seeing him in his comfort zone is kind of what we expect. As Moonlet's gonna get the kill on the Sojourn. So XNL's gonna try and push back here, gets the kill on Clarkster. Switch to mobile turret mode, trying to create that suppression and push push Benedict back into the choke.
Okay, so Ana ults the Sigma here. Skip ults the Sigma. He's pushing into this turret form Bastion. There's not much he can do though, so looks like the... I can't think of Ana ult name. But anyways,
The Ana ult?
Nano Boost.
Nano Boost, yeah. I know it was Nano something. I couldn't quite think of it.
We are gonna see Nink use his tree here.
Yeah, this is going to be a good sustain, but God's Jedi is going to pop Kitsune Rush right into this. So Benedict is going to be pressing right into that tree.
Breaking the tree though, so nothing happened at the start, but they do get the pick on XNL.
Yeah, so this is going to be a good pressure now as Bailey Joe gets the shot on Lucapris.
That's huge.
That is huge. That's going to be
evens up the fight.
It does. It's going to stop the momentum that Benedict had, and Coonrad's going to take
Bailey
out
Joe with another pick.
Oh, that's just nasty.
Oh man.
Already. So a lot of value right now. Bailey Joe playing this Widow, able to get a couple picks.
Yeah, and they almost have the X-ray up.
Yeah,
and we do have a Bastion ult ready to use for the defense.
God's Jedi is able to take out Moonlit. So again, staggering Overeasy is kind of what Benedict wants to do as they try and create this pressure and push in. They're pushing past the main entrance. They're going to go left side. XNL is going to try and counter with the ultimate as Bailey Joe uses X-Ray. XNL is going to get the pickup on Clarkster. So God's Jedi is going to try and duel it out with Bailey Joe. Can't quite make it happen as Benedict's going to try and start capping point. Overeasy needs to do something now.
Overeasy needs to touch.
And they get the overtime. So more time to play as trees popped for NECC.
Oh, they touched just in time. Look at that.
Wow. Just with mere percentage points left, I can barely see whatever is left over on that time as both of these teams try to duel it out on point. But the purple is going to be in favor of Benedict, and Lucapris gonna able to get that kill confirm on Coonrad, and a push now begins for Benedict.
Right, and they don't have to push it too far, but this is another choke that they gotta push against here, so it could be difficult. And
Bailey Joe gets a big kill on Clarkster.
The only swap we see is Coonrad switches off of the Doom and gets on the Ramattra.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. That Sigma wasn't really adding all that much value.
The Sigma switched to Ramattra as well.
Yeah. So they both kind of are doing.
Bailey Joe looking for a pick on the Reaper here.
And they did not touch that. I believe that's a C9.
And that is going to be game for Benedict. Yes. Oh, I was hoping it was going to be the Torb battle for play the game.
I would.
Oh,
I
man.
would love that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate to see the C9s.
Yeah, and they were having a good push going there, of course, with the pick on Coonrad, and able to make it work out. But lo and behold, I think just it really came down to the dueling nature and the 1v1s, as both of these teams kind of didn't play like they played together when it mattered during the team fights, but most of the staggering in my mind kind of happened when they did their one-on-ones, and that's kind of whoever won the solo fights more kind of got the win.
Yeah, exactly. And it was interesting too, because like the solo fights would work, and then like the remaining people on the other team would realize, like when Skip got behind on Ana and got like two picks, and then helped with a third. By the it wasn't too late, because Over Easy realized, and they were able to kill him and retake point. But it was almost too late.
Yeah, so it was a good gesture to try and get it, but could not get it, lo and behold.
But it looks like the teams are going to be scrambled up again here. And while they're scrambled, I also want to point out that next season there's going to be a new Route 66. If you guys like that map.
Yes, please tell us more.
Yeah, so apparently it's going to be different for the attackers exiting their initial spawn. So if you're those of you who are not aware, at the start of Route 66, it's kind of a big open area right after like a broken train in front of you, but it's a really big open area that is a choke, and you have to go left straight away, and it can be really tough getting out of that area. But so I guess they're gonna do some stuff to make it easier to attack, but they also want to do some stuff so defenders have more options to stop attackers, because how it is now is like you basically like hold on top of I don't know if they're going to change this for the defenders, but what I mean is at that start is you hold on top of the gas station if you're a defender, and you hold like a little bit in front of it, and that's where the choke is. And there's not really any nuance or like, oh, they're holding this different angle. That doesn't happen. Like, it's that one spot, and I guess they're saying maybe we'll give them more options. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some pluses and negatives to that. I mean, I really like seeing that they're changing it up with Route 66, because that initial like coming out of the spawn on the original map, it's you either have to hit the left turn or you're going to get stuck in that choke. And it's so hard because you have the diner just right there for the defender, and you don't really have that much of a space as an attacker to kind of meet them where they're at. So you almost have to play like some sort of dive comp or force them off of the low ground. So seeing this kind of varied up, that they kind of pushed the choke a little bit sooner, because that whole train station train wreck wasn't really utilized unless you were defending and you were just absolutely whooping the attacking team.
Yeah. And it almost seems like that train wreck at the start serves as a little bit better cover for the defending team, where they can, like, the attackers basically don't know where any of the defenders are unless they push out and way overexpose themselves. I think we see similar themes on like some of the newer payload maps, like Shambali Monastery. That's a big open area at the start for the attackers. It's kind of tough. But they also say that they're going to change. So once you get that first point, the doors open and the payload goes through, and then the doors close. Apparently they're going to make it so the doors close only part way, so you can go through the doors now. That will be actually pretty nice for the attackers. Because it's frustrating because the 4 ways that you have to go through are really cramped. So something like a Junkrat can really ruin your day if you're trying to attack on that map. It looks like for this next game here, teams are switched up again, and they're going to be playing on the Toronto push map. Do you like this map?
Yeah, I actually like New Queen Street. I like it better than Coliseo, just on the simple fact that I feel like it's more balanced than Coliseo. Just because of, the different elevated platforms that you have and kind of the flanking abilities. I kind of really like how it's easy to like go use those shortcuts as a, respawning person. So, and plus I love playing, brawly comps more, especially, and New Queen Street does a great job at doing that.
And speaking of brawly comps, I don't know if anybody was watching the chat. It looks like the Rhine Honorable Ditto is happening. So we see Vandium and XNL on the Rhines. They asked each other where they were going at the start, and they're meeting over here in this side room, and they're just full smashing each other.
It's a 1v1. Reinhardt 1v1. Vandium gets stunned. It's a lockout. Trying to get the fire strike, and Vandium's got the kill on XNL. So Vandium is the winning German man of this match.
We'll see if XNL does the dirty and switches to Orisa, and he does not.
So very kind of him to do that, as looks like Benedict is already going to start pushing through here. Able to pick up a couple kills, get over easy staggered, and they're going to get the first push on this. So it's going to be up to over easy to win 2 team fights and able to equalize it.
Yes, and something interesting about this mode is it can be really, the first fight can be really influential, and we're seeing that right now. So Benedict was able to get that first kill on the Rhine, and they are going to be able to push up pretty far here.
Yeah, Clarkster able to get the turret double kill, so he can relax and do whatever he wants. His turret gets the pickup on the kill, and Roadkill able to get the kill on Mr. Sir Claps.
That's pretty huge for Benedict. They're going to be able to push up here and get the close respawn, so things are going to be pretty tough here for Over Easy pretty fast.
Yeah, already so far so good for Benedict, as they're going to get that forward spawn like you mentioned, Joe. So a Locapris able to get the headshot on S-Jet. So again, getting Over Easy staggered, as Roadkill's going to pick up the double kill with the Moira ultimate.
Oh, we hear a beat from Unlasting.
Unlasting already has his beat. I believe it's not even 2 minutes into this matchup, and XNL is just going to try and reverse the momentum as he's going to press in.
Yeah, Benedict's got no healers. They're going to lose this fight. They have to get out, and they're trying their best not to die and not to stagger worse than they already are.
Yeah, S-Jet again picking up Clarkster, so again continuing that staggering for Benedict. S-Jet gets the kill on Vandium, so the staggering continues more. This is free push right now for Over Easy.
Ooh, the mail coming out.
Yep, here comes Blizzard. Catches.
Oh, man, Unlasting is crazy on this Lucio.
Locapris able to get the kill on XNL. Sir Clap getting the Widow kill. Multiple ultimates coming out from Over Easy, as the Bookster able to get a double kill.
It looks like Benedict still got 2 great ults to work with for this next recap here. They do have the Earth Shatter for Reinhardt, and they are going to have this Molten Core coming up Clarkster on Torbjorn. That's a great combo if Vandium can land the Fatty Shatty.
Fatty Shatty.
They're going to be grouping up in this little room here. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens here.
Yeah, especially getting that May from
Ooh, that Widow's doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, the pick from Widow on lasting going down. That's going to be the advantage of over easy is just all of Benedict is pressing S. Of course, Roadkill trying to utilize the Moira ultimate, trying to get the value as Vandium's going to get the diff on XNL again. So this is going to be a flip now for Benedict.
Mm-hmm. And it's unfortunate for Over Easy. I'm sure that they wanted to try to get it a little bit further than they were able to. But we'll see if they can catch them before the robot gets to that forward respawn point. It looks like Vandium doesn't want to let any kind of flank to happen, and that Maywall is going to be huge.
Yeah, taking away that advantage height, especially away from Mr. Circlaps, who's gotten a couple good strikes as we see the hammer strike come down from XNL. Gets no value from it, but S-Jet's going to pick up Locropris.
Yeah, and Benedict's not killing the Over Easy's pylon, healing pylon, and they're kind of paying for it. They lost 2 people, while Over Easy's lost nobody.
Yeah, Foxter already going down on that Torbjorn. XNL trying to apply that pressure and get the distance made as Vandium's going to have to press S as Unlasting gets the pickup kill now on Mr. Circlaps. So now the staggering coming in favor of Over Easy. NECC
Unlasting gets the pick on Nink. That's how I love Lucio.
Unlasting with a huge double kill.
That's huge. And he's in there. Look at the rollouts.
Oh my goodness, he's the frontline Lucio. Unlasting the frontline Lucio. Vandium now with his shatter.
Yeah, he's looking for a shatter here. If he gets a good shatter off, they could win.
Yeah, they're looking for what'd you say, Joe? A fatty shatty?
Yeah, the fatty shatty.
The fatty shatty to try and catch this one out. As the Bookster's gonna take down Vandium, so they're gonna have to try something a little different.
There is no challenge I cannot face.
So again, still some good playing, still some staggering as NECC's gonna take out Locropris. NECC's gonna take out the Clarksters, so NECC on the Brigitte, able to get some value from that, and Over Easy's gonna try and now push the payload, take away that forward spawn. So far, what do you see, Joe, that you like?
Right now I'm seeing a little bit of a weird stagger going on. So Roadkill was able to push up as Moira and kill Over Easy's Ilari.
Yes.
But Brigitte was also pushing up the robot, and now she's kind of caught on her own, but is running back. There's some weird stuff going on. Vandium used his Earth Shatter, but didn't hit anybody. But XNL used his Earth Shatter on the other side of the Maywall, and he was able to get a couple of Benedict, and it looks like that they're Over Easy's going to be able to take the robot off of that.
There's that fatty shatty you were looking for, not from Vandium this time, but it's going to be from XNL. Of course, Vandium can't get the value on the shatter, and just so far so good, well cohesive playing from Over Easy. Already they're going to try and see and apply that pressure, as this is the farthest that Over Easy has pushed so far, but the initiation is going to be from the Moira ultimate, trying to pick up value, and they do. XNL goes down.
Vandium with the charge off the edge. Sojourn, see you later.
Wow,
I like that.
Mr. Circlaps gets goodbye right off the map. So
Benedict's ready with 2 great ults. They got the May ult, and the Lucio ult, and the Torbjorn ult for the retake attempt from Over Easy with the Sojourn and Soldier ult, and Brigitte ult. So we'll see what happens here. Yeah, XNL's going to be looking for his own charge off the edge there.
He's going to chase down the Clarkster, see if he can get the value from here. Take down the small Swedish man.
Yeah, we see Brigitte ult inside this tiny little room here, and we're not seeing them push out quite yet, which is interesting. That was a fat charge from XNL. He's able to get the Clarkster and disrupt all of Benedict right now.
Circlaps able to get the pickup, and Visor from S-Jet takes down Vandium. So here's the push for Over Easy.
I don't know if you noticed in there. I'm pretty sure Brigitte was spinning with her shield up. That was funny.
You know, and then I also noticed, was it XNL or Vandium who was doing the good neighbor crouch? So a lot of interesting things happening from both of these teams. Vandium gets the pickup kill on XNL, trying to get the Blizzard, try and even this one out.
Ooh,
and already gets pushed past the Blizzard.
That's so sad for the Bookster on Over Easy. He was trying to drop the beat, but he got killed as he was dropping the beat, and his team died for it. That is tragic. As a Lucio player, I hate when that happens.
that is unfortunate set of circumstances. I will agree. But XNL has a shatter. He's going to be looking at for it. It's right here. Fatty Shatty for XNL. And he's going to get the charge kill on Clarkster.
Oh, the hammer back.
How about that?
That is crazy.
And he's going to keep swinging.
And it looks like Over Easy's able to take the point here.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, nice.
That's the one thing that I've noticed, Joe, is that, you know, as soon as Benedict has enough momentum going in their favor, a few key ultimates or key picks from Over Easy completely negates anything that they've been trying to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's push. Oh man, the May wall screwing over XNL there.
Yeah,
Vandium charges him into it. That's tragic.
Yeah, that is tragic, but that's good play from Benedict, as Roadkill's gonna get the double kill on the Moira ultimate. NECC gonna try and pop the Brigade ult, but it amasses to nothing, as Benedict, who had more of the sustained team fight, of course, won the first team fight, which obviously pays dividends in the end. They were just able to play more sustained team combat, but needless to say, Over Easy did give them a run for their money.
We do see a Brigade to play the game, which is cool. You don't see those a lot.
No, and that was really good, and I'm surprised out of all of them, it's that one, because NECC did such a good job, just, you know, supporting his Rhine the entire time. So far so good.
I'm enjoying these games so far.
I am too. It is very fun and interesting. Of course, you know, it's more relaxed Overwatch. But it's still practice. You know, these teams are still communicating. They're still trying to put games together, and we saw a lot of that too with the Reinhardt from XNL and NECC on the Brigitte. So there was a lot of good playing back and forth. So yeah, and so far the total that I see is that Benedict is currently up 2-1 over Easy.
Yeah.
So yeah. So is there any more patch notes that you want to chit chat about, or changes that are going to come to season 7 there, Joe? Or did
I think I touched on the important parts. I think later in the season, Roadhog is going to get a rework. So the important parts are Sombra rework at the start, new maps, Samoa. There's going to be a Hanzo skin in the Battle Pass if you're interested in that. They're going to change up with that one map, Route 66, and of course it's Halloween, so the what's that called? Junkenstein's Revenge.
Yeah, I love Junkenstein's Revenge.
I guess they renamed it to Halloween Terror Modes or whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah, because there's Wrath of the Bride. That's the new one they made.
Oh yeah, because they did do the 2, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Junkenstein's Revenge over Revenge of the Bride. Just, I don't know, maybe it just has to do with the open map. But I guess the good thing about Revenge of the Bride is it's kind of RPG-y almost. I guess I do enjoy that a little bit.
I like that one. And I guess that there's gonna be, if this is interesting, a crossover event for Moira, and I think it's Diablo. I don't really know if it's Diablo or WoW. Do you know anything about Diablo or WoW?
I know, like, just in general, or about
it's saying Lilith Moira in the Trials of Sanctuary. I think that's Diablo.
Yeah, no, I'm lost.
Yeah, I'm lost as well. But that's going to be a thing if people are interested in that. It's a PvE thing, so I think
yes.
I think it's a free one. I don't think it's a paid one, thankfully. And yeah, so that'll
Yeah,
be cool.
so of course Igneous is muted, but he did relay to me via the text chats that it is Diablo.
Okay. Yeah, I figured it would be Diablo because that's the newest IP that they've released. So we're gonna have what the heck is this called? The maps in Korea. I can't remember the name.
Busan.
Yeah.
So it's going to be. I always call this Drum Tower of Busan, but it's not that. I think
Yes.
is it technically Shrine?
I don't know what this one is called, but yeah, I think about this map with drums and the big rocks on either side.
Yes, that's why I call it Drum Tower. I always have such, just like mech base. I call that the Evangelion base.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna see a Sojourn pick from both sides here, which is interesting.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. So, of course, your new starting lineups for Benedict, it's going to be XNL on the tank, Bailey Joe and S-Jet as DPS, Roadkill and God's Jedi. It's going to be your supports rounding out Benedict. On Over Easy, Locapris is going to be playing the Reinhardt. DPS is going to be Skip and Coonrad, and supports going to be Accident and Unlasting. So, a very shaken up scramble, if you will, in this third map.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see that Bailey Joe's on this the Symmetra here. This is a good sim map, and Unlasting is on that Lucio again. He tore it up last game. I'm interested to see how he does this game. Looks like Benedict's going to be able to stand on point before Over Easy. Whether or not they're going to be able to keep this position, we're going to find out here in the next 20 or 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting too to see how Coonrad plays that Sombra, kind of trying to get the off angles, get the hacks, because if you can get the hack on like either the Bailey Joe, playing the Symmetra, or XNL, that's going to add a lot of value to your team fights.
Yep, and looks like both teams are going to trade picks here. Sojourn for a Lucio, and Benedict's just going to hold the point, and there's just going to be fighting and gaining ult charge right now.
Yeah, already XNL did a great job at getting that initial double kill. That's kind of what flipped Benedict the first set of percentage points here in this first map of this control. So far so good. Benedict now applying that pressure. Of course, what was interesting is that Benedict went straight to the point. They didn't try and fight in that like side drum room, which kind of then in turn caught Over Easy off guard.
Nice to be the patient for a change.
But again, both of these teams trying to poke it out. Of course, the hand is in favor of. Oh my goodness, XNL getting the pick on Roadkill.
That's a pretty big pick because Roadkill does have the Sunrise ultimate ready.
Yeah, so that is going to add some value here. But Kitsune Rush is going to come out for Benedict, trying to keep the push at bay from
Skip
Over
uses
Easy.
his Sojourn ult. Oh, he takes out S-Jet on Sojourn. Is he going to be able to get any other picks here?
Can the value be added? And the quick answer to that is no.
Yep, but Benedict's going to maintain the point here. It looks like Low-Carp has just used his Earth Shatter and
Picked up some value on that, but God's Jedi is going to return the favor, getting the pickup in the double kill. But Skip's going to clean it up there for Over Easy, and Over Easy is going to finally get the first tick over now at 89%.
Yeah, and that's important to note that it's at 89%. That means if Benedict's able to take this point, that's pretty much going to be the first round for him. I would believe.
Yeah. I mean, at most, that would be one team fight if you don't get staggered at best, kind of a situation. As Bailey Joe is going to get the pick on Skip. So a huge player on the side of Over Easy. Can't quite make it work as Window's going to come out, try and zone out a lot of Benedict's ability. And with this, here comes the charge from XNL. Tries to get the pick out. Gets slept and has to press S on that one. Gets repinned and dead. Of course, tons of players going down. Locapris able to get the double kill on that. And another pickup kill. So Over Easy maintaining control. So what do you like seeing? Of course, there's a lot of chaos going on, Joe.
Oh, I like the Ryan matchup. You know, Ryan v Ryan is fun to watch. I really liked the charge in from XNL there, or excuse me, from Low Carpus there, but XNL was able to, or excuse me, XNL charged in and Low Carpus took him out with his own charge a second later. And I like that. But I think at the start there, XNL did get a little bit too low and they lost their momentum. XNL goes for the shatter and Low Carpus blocks it and follows up with his own, and it takes down a couple of his team, but it's not going to be enough for Overeasy to keep this point, I think.
Yeah,
they're losing members left and right.
The Suzu was kind of in clutch there for God's Jedi as they also pop the Kitsune rush, and that's going to allow the flip over. So, yeah, it's just going to be an unfortunate set of circumstances, and Benedict is going to take the... Oh, I spoke too soon! Overeasy's going to get a touch, and we're going to get picked off over in overtime. And with that, Benedict, as they try, Overeasy can't quite get this first match.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like there's just a little bit of mistiming from both teams there. So like the first mistiming was when XNL got a little bit too low and charged in. Well, he got healed and then charged in, but his team wasn't close enough behind him to make enough off of it, and then he lost and they retook eventually. But just there, Coonrad on Sombra was trying to touch there, but it was a tough situation because if he didn't touch then, the round would have ended, but his team also wasn't close enough to follow up right away. So I think both teams might have to work on their timing a little bit more, but other than that, I think it was a pretty solid round.
Yeah, so as we go on to the second map now of Busan, Overeasy going to try and see if they can get that coordination down, as both of these teams are going to try and poke it out here. Of course, the space is taken. Skip able to get the quick kill on S-Jet, and Coonrad gets a reflection kill on Bailey Joe, so already up huge as XNL also goes down. So Overeasy making quick work of Benedict as his point ticks over.
Yeah, that's going to be able to get them a solid amount of progress because Benedict does have to regroup and look for a take here. I'm interested to see how far up Overeasy holds here, because you can hold up a little bit far, but you don't want to hold too far.
Yes. So it looks like they're going to try and stake a claim at that choke, so it's going to be Benedict that's going to need to rotate around, of which they do. So it's going to be up to Overeasy to recognize that and meet them right there, which they do. So good awareness from both of these teams, especially from Overeasy, as they are going to get their first initial kill on XNL. Coonrad picks up Bailey Joe. S-Jet gets downed by Skip, so both of these teams playing back and forth.
It's a 2v2.
God's Jedi is going to see if he can get a kill here. And Coonrad takes out God's Jedi, so it's going to be tank versus support. Who will win this matchup?
Yeah, that was a messy fight. Both teams were trading picks back and forth there.
Yeah, the chaos surely does reign in these scramble matches.
And it's interesting, we're seeing a push from the outside from Benedict here. I would be personally worried to do this because I know that they have a Ryan, and I know that that Ryan has a pin, and I know that the edge is right behind me. So I'm interested to see if Low Carpus goes for the pin off the edge here. Maybe XNL is expecting that, and that's why because he's still holding him down there. Oh, Coonrad on the Genji. Oh, he tries to go for the flank and gets hindered.
That is unfortunate. Of course, that's going to be a staggering pick. But Skip's able going to use the Sojourn ultimate. Gets a double kill from that. Triple kill. Continue the value. Gets a quadruple on the follow-up.
Low Carpus used his Earth Shatter there.
Is that ace?
I think it was not quite an ace because Genji was coming off of respawn. Or wait a minute, wrong team. I don't know.
Well, either way, Benedict needs to touch, and they do. The hammers come out, no value, overtime, ticks over, Coonrad using the dragon, and it's for naught. XNL getting the double kill. High noon for Bailey Joe. Can they pick up the value? No, as Benedict's going to get this flipped over with 99% ticked over for Overeasy. So a good aggressive push, a huge pick there from XNL.
I really enjoy this map too because there's a lot of space to be fighting, kind of like all over the place, and that's exactly what we're seeing happening.
Yeah, I agree. There's just so many different angles that a team can approach from.
SJet pops his Sojourn ult here. Doesn't look like they're gonna get a ton of value out of it. Yeah, it was SJet.
Yeah, Accident's gonna pick up the kill on SJet. It looks like unless he can also utilize that nano boost on that Sojourn ultimate, so no value or tons of value added as Over Easy's gonna get a roll on Benedict. So that's gonna be a quick set of points, and we're gonna get pushed to a map 3 on Busan.
Yeah, it was a good round. I gotta be honest. Sometimes I have a hard time casting this game because I've just not casted it before this season. I've played the game for a very long time, but seeing some of the icons like I don't know if anybody watching has noticed, but when the characters are like stunned or use abilities in the top left and right on their teams, it shows you whether they're stunned or they have their ult up or whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's just interesting. Some of the symbols, I was getting a little confused, so I forgive me for misspeaking there. But looks like we're gonna be going to Mecha base here for the last round, and this can be a tough map. It's a little bit more cramped.
Yeah, it is. It's basically gonna come down to who can get this first team fight win on this kind of upper area.
What did you say you called this map earlier?
Evangelion base.
Ah, yes.
Because it's mech base. It's a giant mech base. Even though I've never seen Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Yeah, I've never seen it either, but I do know it is mechs. And it looks like Low Carpus is going to go for the pin in there and does run into the other pin and gets stuck and taken out by SJet.
Yeah, so huge value already for Benedict. Skip able to pick up the kill on SJet. So both of these teams able to try and equal out as the point is free to take.
Yeah, they do
Over
realize
Easy's going to get on point. Go ahead, Joe.
I said they do realize the point is open, and we do see some people finally going for the point.
People playing on the point? Ridiculous! This is Overwatch. But already in quick succession, the whole host of Over Easy able to pick up a series of kills and get the point ticked over. So right now the hand is in favor of Over Easy, as both of these teams trying to see to poke it out. It's going to be up to Over Easy to try and cap in this choke. But of course, they're getting that free value, able to pass through that first choke for Benedict. So a missed opportunity for Over Easy, as they're going to get free reign on this first push. And the first pick as Skip goes down. Kitsune Rush is going to pop out for God's Jedi. He's going to try and get that value. Bailey Joe picks up the kill on Locapris.
I think this is going to be a point for Benedict here.
Yeah, it's going to be quick succession. Basically, we're going to have a contested. Okay, but that's going to be for naught. So with 49%, it's still going to have to come down to a team, at least 2 team fights. Over Easy's going to have 3 ultimates to the 3, I guess, that's going to come for this team fight. So Accident going to have to either initiate with this here or do something to maintain that. As a hammer comes out for XNL, he's going to get the value. He's going to be slept to boot. Roadkill able to pick up the kill on Accident, and Over Easy is going to have to reset.
Yeah, really quick, I want to point out that Roadkill has been running the Zenyatta this round and has been shredding Low Carpus with those Discord orbs.
Yeah, able to focus down that Ryan.
Skip gets the pick on him, though. That's going to be huge for his team. And Skip goes straight into the Cassidy ult.
Locapris is going to pick up the kill on Bailey Joe. He's going to try and utilize some of his ultimates. Gets down to low health. And he's still swinging that hammer. Getting the Fire Strike kill. SJet able to try and get the long distance tap on Accident. Roadkill picks up a huge kill on Coonrad. Roadkill, like you mentioned, has just been absolutely deadly. With 4 HP, goes down to Skip, but man, now with 71% ticked over. Wow, how
XNL
about that?
getting that pin off the edge. That's gonna be pretty big, and make it pretty tough for over easy to retake here. They have to regroup and retake really fast here, or at least regroup and get a touch really fast because clock is ticking. Oh, he just
No
holds the
value
shield up
on the shatter.
Yeah, gets XNL to completely blow his shatter. Is it gonna be enough though? Reinhardt does get on point, and he's taken down.
97%. They need to touch him. They need to touch now. Over easy, trying to make something happen. Can't do it as the DPS duo of Benedict is just absolutely just destroying whatever semblance there is for Over easy. XNL gets the pickup on Unlasting. No value from the McCree. Oh, gets a
Oh my
hit
God.
on XNL. God's Jedi picks up Skip, and with that, C9 Benedict wins.
That was a crazy last fight.
That was gonna go either way up until the very last moment.
This ends now.
So already the Sojourn ultimate there from Skip was huge for this initial pushback. And just wow. Just kind of flanked out the team and did a good sweep. I wonder how many games these teams are going to be playing tonight.
I think they're going until 10. I'm not gonna lie, I've lost track of how many wins each team has.
Benedict has 3, Over easy has 1.
Okay.
So whoever's doing the bracketing is definitely favoring Benedict right now. But I mean, it's you know, they try to balance it the best they can, try and get you know, everybody to try different roles. I believe, you know, Roadkill, he is the main tank on purple team. I think is Locapris the main tank on gold team? I can't quite remember.
I don't remember.
Hmm.
I think he is. Actually, no, I think Roadkill is the main tank for gold team. I don't. Wait a minute.
Hold on. It's posted somewhere.
Yeah.
Posted somewhere. Coach announcements. Here we go. XNL is the gold team tank, and Roadkill is the main tank on purple. Got it. Yeah, so Locapris normally a DPS, so faring well in that tank role going against Roadkill. So both of these teams, you know, individually trying to hone their skills. But in the meantime, I just want to say thank you for joining us on a very chill, relaxed stream. You and I in the NECC has the bye week this week, so no Overwatch matches for you and I. Instead, to hone our player skills, we're doing a scramble, so kind of a pride on the line, if you will. Got a matchup between all of the UNI Overwatch team members. So far so good. Benedict currently in the lead with 3 wins to 1 over easy. And if you enjoy Overwatch and you enjoy UNI, well, go ahead and support our players. Go to https://esportsgear.com/collections/University of Northern Iowa. There you can go ahead and rep the esports team. Their jerseys, very well priced, $35.99. And of course, you can go ahead and buy a t-shirt, hoodies, stickers, all that jazz. I personally, Joe, I don't know if you have the sweatshirt for the esports team, but I have the sweatshirt, and with the fall season, definitely one of my favorite sweatshirts I've worn in my rotation of sweatshirts.
That's good to know. That's good to know with the Christmas season coming up. I might have to pick that up or pick that up for a loved one.
Yes.
I really like I like the way the sweatpants look. I don't know if that's.
I want to pick up the sweatpants.
I kind of want to pick up the sweatpants, but I also kind of want to pick up one of the jerseys. Even though I am not on a team as an alum, I think it would be cool. I just think it'd be cool to have.
I don't know if you know this, Joe, but you could pick up a jersey even if you're not on the team, and you can customize it with your own name and number.
Yes.
And that at the end, it, like you kind of mentioned, it would make a wonderful gift for a loved one, for that gamer in your life.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Shoot.
Probably words.
Yeah. I am curious. So they're gonna go with the flashpoint here. They were changing up the teams a little bit, swapping people in and out, and I was wondering what they're gonna do for the next map.
Isn't it your? I last time that I was calling on Overwatch, I kept on calling this New Junk Street and not New Junk City.
Out of the Flashpoint maps, I'm not sure which one is my favorite. I want to say New Junk is, but because there's New Junk City, and I think that there's only one other one.
Yes. There is. Oh, and we're on a pause. So,
Interesting.
for those of who don't know, Joe, and who are just joining us, do you kind of want to explain this new map mode quickly?
Yeah, sure. So this is basically the control mode where it's King of the Hill. Both teams fight over the point, except instead of going to a new map completely after someone wins the point, you go to a different part of the map. Now the parts of the map are laid out in like an H. So there's, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points, and it is best of 3. So, you know, this is one of those modes you see a lot of fighting. Especially, I'm gonna predict now that we're gonna see fighting like while one team is going to the next point, the other team will try to fight them. I'm gonna predict that now, and and I'm also gonna predict that whoever wins this first point is going to push off of the point and try to get a little bit closer to their spawn and fight them there. And if we don't see it on this first point in the middle of the map, then we will for sure see it on the next point, because it starts getting more and more effective. Because a big part of this mode is all of the points are on the same map, so you end up having to walk pretty far a couple points in. So we're gonna see both teams meeting up here in this middle part, and it is a choke, and it's pretty close quarters. And we're gonna if we see Echoes looking around for a pick here. Both teams do have the JQ. I like that.
Yeah, Skip already gets a quick pick on Bailey Joe and Roadkill to pick up the kill on S-Jet. But Skip then answers with the kill on Mr. Sirclaps. So both of these teams kind of duking it out, kind of playing a little spread, trying to get used to each other, as we have just a new cycle of new players and new positions and roles for both of these teams. But already quickly, the favor is going to go on over easy. But just as soon as I say that, Skip's going to pick up a double kill, followed by the Boomster. Roadkill able to get the kill on Locapris. So both of these teams going back and forth. The initial tick over was for over easy, but Benedict's going to quickly answer that and get the cap over.
What am I looking at on the left side of the screen there?
Yes. So because it is scrimmage game mode, and I don't know if it's just broken or what the deal is, but what you're seeing is kills, deaths, damage done, damage tanked.
I see. So it's like a little scoreboard.
Yeah, it's a little information, so you don't have to press tab.
Okay,
and you
cool.
can kind of still fight. Yeah, so already in quick succession, Overeasy's going to get taken down. 3 of their members go down in quick succession, followed by Roadkill as the Bookster able to get the follow-up kill on the Ilaria. So 70% ticked all over already on this first point for Benedict.
Right, and we look at, I do want to make note, look how Benedict is not on the point, and they are pushing Overeasy off of this point and just making sure that they don't have room to push on.
Yeah, so the ultimate play style of Overwatch is to take the space and take the real estate away from your opponent. And as you can already see this, they're pushing, trying to make sure that whatever this new next point is, it's already going to be taken away.
And so both teams were fighting here at the start, and it looks like Overeasy decided, hey, let's not fight, let's go to the next point. But Benedict is pushing and like running after them. They want the fight.
Yeah, Vandium able to get the pickup kill on Clarkster, so that's going to stagger Overeasy.
And yeah, and Benedict does have solid control at this point. So as soon as it opens up, they're going to be able to start taking away. And I want to say the tick rate is a little bit faster than normal control in terms of like the percent going up, but I could be wrong. Does that look faster to you? I'm pretty sure it's faster.
A little bit. Yeah, I kind of noticed that. Now that you mention it.
Bailey Joe is going to go out with the Ilaria ult, and it doesn't look like they're going to be able to get anybody off of it, but they do get some picks, and that's going to be good enough for them to get the point.
Yeah, so a really good initiation with Bailey Joe using that Ilaria ultimate, using that Sunstrike to flip that point. So really good teamwork there coming out of the right-hand side for Overeasy. And already we see both of these teams trying to create that space. Right now it's going to be up to Overeasy to take away that choke point initially from...
It's going to be a tall task as we see that Benedict has 5 ults ready and they're going to start popping them.
So many ult usages. It's going to be a huge hack from Vandium as he's going to get the value added as Benedict is just going to press W, press way past this Overeasy team, and they are going to tick the point over back to Benedict. So good succession and series of plays that we see from Benedict. Good ult usage.
Yeah, and they are starting not at 0%, but at 25%, and so I think that Overeasy is going to run into a little bit of a timing issue here if they are not able to get past these defenses outside of the point. If they're able to get inside, they might be able to touch, but they got to hurry it up.
Yeah, they're going to have to apply that pressure and apply that pressure now. I would look to Roadkill to use that ultimate, try and get a line going right here, right now. As 76% ticks over, so they're behind on the percentage points right now. And it looks like Locapris is going to use his ultimate and continue to push Benedict on the back heel.
And Overeasy's getting picks, but they were not able to get onto the point and take it.
My ultimate is ready.
Yeah, so
And
too little, too late.
Yeah, too little, too late. And Benedict is. This is another issue with this mode, if you ask me. Benedict's team is kind of all over the place. Like some were coming out of spawn, some were off fighting, and some were like still hanging out near the point. So they have to regroup and go for this point, while Overeasy is all like they're all grouped up and on top of this point, ready for the attack. Or ready for the defense, excuse me.
Also want to bring the attention that they're going to have 3, almost 4 ultimates ready to go on the side of Overeasy. So they're also winning that ult game as well. So Overeasy, if they can take this point over, keep it sustained, keep the choke going, and then cycle ultimates, they'll probably have this point for sure.
Yeah, and it looks like they were able to take the point without having to blow too many ults. They did blow this Echo ult. Clarkster did become Junker Queen. Is he going to be able to get the Junker Queen ult off before he switches back to Echo? He is, but it's not going to be enough as Skip takes him out.
Yeah, at that point, it's just, it's a knowledge base and counter playing from Benedict as they are going to drop down, try and get on the point. Eschat trying to do the best that he can. He's going to get pushed off and he's going to get killed by Roadkill. Roadkill's going to go back on point, going to try and take out Skip. The Bookster goes down.
Oh, the Boogster makes me laugh every time.
It's such a fun name. I love it. It's fun to say. The Boogster.
And it looks like this third point might be going over to over easy right now, as Benedict's tank does get taken down and is going to be staggered.
Yeah, again, that ult advantage again was favoring over easy. So definitely, as we're going into this third point, we see now Benedict has 4 ultimates. Skip's going to be at 50% ult charge. You know, midway through the team fight, I know Skip's going to get that ultimate, so it's going to be a 5-1 essentially.
Always plan an exit.
So over easy's going to have to get there and get there now, trying to take the advantage of the map space away from Benedict.
Let's take him to the wasteland.
Oh, and we see Roadkill using his Junker Queen ult, and I think it only hit Low Carpus.
Interesting. So it's going to try and add that value on Low Carpus, but as there's a hack, huge hack from Vandium. Skip gets the kill Harkster. Mr. Circlaps goes down. Skip with the double kill on Roadkill.
That was a really good
With
combo by Low Carpus and Vandium there. Low Carpus used his JQ ult, went in and hit 2 or 3 of over easy, while Vandium was able to get a hack off.
Yeah, so,
And
so
over
far
easy,
so good.
Yeah, over easy ended up crumbling on that point.
Yeah, my over easy eggs crumble too, with just the slightest nudge. So sorry, someone had to do an egg pun. Eventually, come on. All right, I'll stop doing egg puns.
I don't know why they chose egg names.
Well, because it's the scramble.
Oh, duh. I feel stupid now.
The Boogster picking up a triple kill with the Ilaria ultimate. And that's going to be a team kill for Benedict with 74% ticked over. Of course, here we're laughing about egg puns on the UNI scramble, and with this, the Boogster getting huge value.
I think
off
this
of that
is going to
Ilaria.
be game for Benedict. Oh, the ball pick! He's gonna be able to touch? Is he gonna be able to live long enough for the rest of Over Easy to show up and help him? It doesn't look like it, as he has to concede his touch. Oh man, Echo shows up too, but Over Easy's team has arrived. He did what he needed to do. That's crazy!
Mr. Circlap with a quadruple kill, able to get it flipped over, and with 99% ticked over on this last point. Mr. Circlap doing some good neighbor
And
crouches.
Roadkill on that ball pick. He swaps immediately to the Doomfist because he knows he only needed to go ball just for that touch, and it worked. He touched just long enough for Soldier to show up. That was awesome.
Wow. That was actually good, quick succession of plays. Huge pickup by Mr. Circlap, able to hit 3 quadruple kill off of that visor. So now Over Easy has to defend, but there's a hack. Members of Over Easy goes down. It's just Bailey, Joe, and NECC. 64%.
Can they 2v5 here?
It's going to be interesting. It's going to come down to that Suzu, but it is all for naught as Low Carpus just going down, getting the double kill, and with that, Benedict's going to take their 4th game of the night.
That was a crazy comeback though at the end from Over Easy.
Yeah, already Skip, having to pick up the huge value here. Of course, the Boogster able to get the value. So, yeah, I'm trying to remember who took that first point. It was Benedict, right?
Yeah, it was Benedict. They got the first 2 points.
Yeah, so is it kind of the thing with push where it's like if you get the first point, you kind of, you kind of got to win like 2 team fights and able to win? Yeah. Yeah,
and a lot of the times, maybe this is just anecdotal, but I feel like when I'm playing Flashpoint, a lot of the times it feels like once one team starts winning, they become the winning team and they just keep winning. It feels like the points go closer to their spawn than the other spawn. But
Yeah.
that could be just me in my head.
You know what? That's fair. I mean, as full disclosure, I never played Flashpoint. I've only seen 2 games of it so far. And I kind of, I've noticed that whoever takes that first point kind of goes on to win the whole thing.
Oh, Hanamura.
Love Hanamura.
Please don't be a joke. I love Hanamura and I miss it.
All right, so go ahead and tell for our lovely viewers, why do you like Hanamura so much?
Honestly, those cherry blossom trees, they are gorgeous, and the whole map
a beautiful map.
It's so nostalgic, man. Like, it has got to be one of the first maps I've ever played. I mean, of course it's one of the OG maps, but I want to say it's the first map I ever actually played on. I remember Bastion with a shield on this map, and it just brings back memories, and it makes me sad that it's not in the game anymore, even though the 2 CP maps were kind of annoying.
Yeah. I mean, I will say this. I think the first map that I ever played was also a 2 CP map, and it was Horizon Lunar Colony, if you remember that.
Oh yeah, I like that map. Well,
it was so me as a player, love that map, love it, love the aesthetic, love like the space and the
no one
the
ever fought
the
out in
moon
outer
base.
space.
No, but I love doing it.
Yeah.
It was so fun. But me as a competitive Overwatch player and like someone who was trying to win, New Horizon Lunar Colony was so bad.
Yeah, it was quite a frustrating map to play. But it's I don't know. It's something that maybe it's the nostalgia, maybe it's the fact that they were the originals. I don't know, something about the 2 CP maps. I miss them.
I do. I miss the 2 CP maps as well.
Also, I think another reason I really like this map is this is the location for the Hanzo and Genji cinematic, which I don't remember the name of right now.
You know what? I'm not gonna attempt. I'm not sure. Can we get a fact check on that?
Let me look up the name of it.
I almost want to say it's the Tale of Two Dragons, but I could be gaslighting.
This was called Dragons.
Dragons.
All the way back in 2016.
Wow.
Man, I remember watching that, and I'm like, man, I can't wait to play on that map.
I feel so old.
Yeah, I feel a little old from that too.
Well, yeah, just kind of like how we were chit-chatting. We're all alumni of you and I, and it's like, oh, geez. But no, I really like that cinematic. There was another cinematic that I really enjoyed, and it was the Route 66. Like when they introduced Ash.
Oh yeah, that one. That was a good one.
And Echo. That I really like that, especially starting off eating the the high fidelity pie in that cinematic was just chef's kiss.
Yeah, and I think my last reason I really like this map was I'm pretty sure it's my favorite 2 CP map. Because the other ones were Anubis, they were Volskaya, and I feel like I'm missing some. But I don't know. I really like this map.
Yeah, no, I mean Hanamura is so fun even from a competitive perspective because you just, as an attacker, it really boils down to getting past that first choke, and normally you want to do some sort of sim strat to get on that high ground, kind of drop down into the CP point. But it's also favorable as a defender because all the defending team has to do is protect that one choke, and you have such a big courtyard and multiple high grounds to defend that it just gives so much versatility as a defender. But then, normally it's either feast or famine when it comes to that defense point, because I also distinctly remember in Hanamura is that if you didn't get a successful first defense, you just gave up first point.
Mm-hmm. And I think, yeah. So a lot of people had issues with these maps because it was tough as an attacker because the defenders basically spawned on top of the second point. And I remember that being particularly an issue on this map. So I didn't really have a point to that other than that I think that's the reason people didn't like these maps is because the defenders had it a lot easier than the attackers.
Fair.
But yeah, I think in terms of like BS, if you will, I feel like Hanamura is the least amount of BS for attackers compared to especially Anubis. That was really hard to attack on, and I didn't really enjoy attacking on Volskaya that much either. But
oh, I forgot about Volskaya Industries. Yes.
Yeah. That first point was tough because you have to go around it. You have to go through a choke and then choose to go over that like thing. I don't know what to call it, or go around it. So it's basically you go through a choke into more choke, and that's why that map was really tough.
Yeah, because with Volskaya, they had that initial like archway that you had to push past, and then you had to get past quite literally like a little square box to get back to the point. And then once you cap that, then you had to deal with quite literally an alleyway of high ground past that long door. And then the only way for you to flank was to go either far left or far right, and it didn't even get you that far in the alleyway unless you went far left, and it was annoying to play. I will admit.
Yeah, for sure. And similarly on Anubis, like I think a lot of the issue with the 2 CP maps is there's not like a lot of options for attackers to attack, and I think that's why another reason people didn't like it, because the defenders they could go. There's a lot of different places the defenders could hide and stop them as the attackers go through the chokes.
Yeah, I do distinctly remember, and they're both kind of like comparing.
Yes, we're getting
Anubis. I also did you notice that we're playing classic Overwatch?
6v6?
6v6.
No, I didn't notice that, but that is
we're playing
so
classic
awesome.
Overwatch. All right,
tank,
so here we go.
2 healer, let's go.
2-2-2, let's go. So exciting. On a classic Hanamura map, and we're paused. So the hype goes up, and then it immediately stops. Oh, looks like they're updating something. So, okay, let's talk about this, Joe, since we're both kind of veterans of Overwatch 1 and Overwatch 2.
Sure.
What are your likes and dislikes of Overwatch 1?
Okay, so I'm just going to say I'm one of the people who kind of stopped playing when the content drought happened. But it's not. I didn't stop playing because there was a drought. I stopped playing because there was other options, and Overwatch just wasn't that interesting to me.
Yeah.
But I still played the game every now and then. Every couple of months, I would play Overwatch because I still liked it. But I think towards the end of Overwatch 1, I think some of the biggest issues were, as everybody says, like the shields were really annoying.
Well, because also in Overwatch there was this huge damage creep that you had to deal with, because as shields got better, the damage had to be higher.
Yeah. I think that's really the only issue I had is like games would just be kind of boring because
I've heard stories about you.
it'd just be like waiting around for a team to get a pick and then something happens.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of cheese that went into especially competitive Overwatch, because I got railroaded a lot as an Orisa player, and that double shield is kind of what was standard going into like competitive play. And then especially if you would play like a hybrid map like King's Row, at that point you would just do double shield and Bastion and do a pirate ship kind of a deal back when Orisa had her original shield kit.
Yeah.
So it was very cheesy, and it was very it wasn't fast paced like Overwatch 2 is.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something I don't like about Overwatch 2 is it's a lot. Overwatch 1, everyone acts like Overwatch 2 is way counter picky, and it is. But Overwatch 1 had some counter picking that went on too. Not as impactful as Overwatch 2 because there's less people on the teams in Overwatch 2. And thus, if you get a pick, it's going to be more impactful than it will ever have been in Overwatch 1.
Right, I agree. As we see, this is some classic Overwatch, man. I love seeing the diva. Gosh, I can't even think of it.
Oh,
Reinhardt.
Bailey Joe is disgusting on the diva right now. I don't know if you noticed, but they got the first pick on the point. Oh man, that was awesome.
Yeah, no, love the value that Bailey Joe gets.
Look at them go.
Yeah, look at the sim strat. They're gonna try and go and get this pressure, well within 5 minutes, 30 seconds. The Booster trying to stop the halt here. Takes down StarClanna. Accident. Able to get the pickup kill on this on the 2 CP point already. So Wake plays 75% on that charge, able to maintain that defense. And Bailey Joe's gonna have to reset here. Vandium resetting too with the Symmetra.
Okay, so luckily for Benedict, they were able to stop the attack. And what I was talking about before with how the defenders have a lot of different ways to defend, and the attackers don't have a lot of different ways to attack. We're gonna be seeing that here. Although this is one of those maps where the attackers do have a little bit more agency on where they go. Like they can go through this middle door, they can go in either the top windows, they can go around like we saw them at the start, or there's like a stairs route to the right that they can go. But the problem with this map is they're basically just running straight into their spawn.
Right, as the sim strat comes out again from the top of the thing, point, the wall being brought out, all these ultimates being brought out from both sides. We can't make anything. In fact, it made a lot as quick succession. Over Easy is gonna within 4 minutes and 44 seconds take both points.
Yeah, and so I don't know which players on both teams have played Overwatch 1, but I'm gonna say that everybody who has will have an advantage over those who have only played Overwatch 2 because they are different games for sure. And so I know at least 3 of Over Easy's members, Bailey Joe, StarClanna, and Vandium, did play a lot of Overwatch 1. So they do have that knowledge under their belt, and I want to say that that's part of the reason that they were able to like roll those points so fast. And I know that Bailey Joe and StarClanna were the like OG tank duo for Panther Esports back in the day. So we'll see what happens here as they switch sides. I don't know anything about Benedict. I'm pretty sure Skip played Overwatch 1.
Yes, Skip played way back when. It's kind of interesting to see that they're gonna do this Orisa pick, Orisa Diva. That's interesting. I'm surprised that they're not repeating the sim strat because that's what everybody did on Hanamura, like competitively.
Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned that because you did also talk about cheese, and I'll say part of the reason Overwatch 1 everybody was bored with it at the end was because it was out for so long. It was like so min-maxed, optimized. Like this is the best strat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the sim strategy is what's the easiest to do.
I think we're seeing this Orisa pick to get through the Reinhardt shield.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely, they're going to need to push past this choke, and that's going to be what's going to make or break this composition for a Benedict.
XNL is just hiding on May. Oh, he reveals himself. He's gonna wall someone.
And a Wake Place able to get the first pick on the Clarkster, a healer of all intents and purposes. The charge is not going to get any value, and now a Wake Place has 100% charge on Zarya. The push needs to happen and happen now. Bookster able to get the pick on Bailey Joe. A Wake Place taking out StarClanna, so the tank's down now for Over Easy, so this should be a walk-on easy point for Benedict. Trying to get the stagger now on Unlasting. Maybe. Nope.
Good for Unlasting. He made it out of there.
Yeah.
Or they, I don't know.
It's so interesting seeing, Overwatch 2 characters playing Hanamura. like Sojourn on Hanamura just doesn't compute in my brain.
Yeah, and something I thought about a couple minutes ago, and I'm just going to talk about now. I don't know how much the Overwatch 2 nerfs and buffs to the roles are playing into this match right now. So like DPS getting a little bit more. I don't remember. They get more speed. They get faster reload or something when they get a pick, right?
I think so. Maybe. I'm not sure.
And well, for instance, I know that for sure healers get less ult charge for healing tanks, and everybody gets less ult charge for shooting at tanks.
Interesting. So it's a possibility. Now kind of see, and me as an Overwatch 1 player is I'm just used to, you know, poking at the tanks, because as soon as one tank went down, y'all just rushed because you had the health advantage.
Right.
And you just, you know, you won. But kind of interesting to see how both of these teams are going to play out now with 4:44 ticking over for Benedict. They have to make a move and make it now if they want to get any kind of value off of that clock. And already Bailey Joe's going to get the pick on God's Jedi, but one member down off of each team. The advantage spawn in favor for Overeasy as they're defending. Bookster with a double kill on the tire. The Bookster keeping and applying that pressure. And with this, it's going to be another quick succession set of circumstances as Overeasy gets team killed.
It looks like we're going to go into a tiebreaker. What is it called here? It's just tiebreaker.
Yeah, it's a tiebreaker. I call it extras. They're going into extras. So it's really interesting to see, you know, because I don't know how many times you can go into overtime in this scenario. But, you know, the 32 seconds that Overeasy has is going to basically be liquid gold in this moment.
It looks like the teams are a little salty with each other. Allegedly, there was an agreement to do no Overwatch 2 characters that somebody has broken.
Uh-oh. Yeah, because who was it? It was Skip who was... I was trying to play... Who played the Sojourn? Oh, Coonrad played the Sojourn. So...
Safety first. Taking down enemies.
It'll be interesting to see if Coonrad's going to swap off. We as casters in production do not know what maps are going to be played, what kind of agreements are going to be made. It's just we're going off of the text chat, so I don't. Of course. So the Benedict's going to attack first because they have the less time banked on the clock. So it's going to boil down to how they're going to, you know, be efficient with 1:46 on the clock. And StarClan are trying to get some cheese going, trying to get an early pick out, but
we see Vandium on the Bastion. Somebody clip this. Vandium has told me he would never ever play Bastion. I just want to point that out.
Did you know he has a Smurf account called Bastion Gobert?
No, I didn't know that.
He does. Funny enough, so I'm outing him right now. So he's had a lot of time on the Bastion. So I don't know what he's been telling you, but Bastion is like in his back pocket almost all the time. But now with 1:03 ticked over, Benedict has to find some value here as Vandium goes down. So DPS.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was about to say, Zarya does have her max charge, and Benedict is using the Ilaria ult, and they're able to get some picks here. It looks like they're going to be able to get this point, as Overeasy does their best not to die, and just get defenses set up on the next point.
Yeah. So
I'll say this is a big problem with the 2 CP maps. Is like once you start losing as a defender, it's pretty hard to like get that first point back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that momentum shift, and plus you've got a long spawn too. On top of that. And it is very difficult. So both of these teams are going to try and match the high ground. Coonrad's going to have to drop down and go around that space up there that Overeasy currently has is just like, you know, they get to choose when they want to engage and when they want to attack. And Vandium already going to pick up the kill on God's Jedi with the Bastion ultimate. Skip's gonna return the favor on the Clarkster. XNL taking down a Wake Place. The Boogster goes down, but able to take out a couple. So still both of these teams duking it out on point. with 15 seconds left to remain, Benedict has to touch and touch now.
That was a close fight for Overeasy. They almost lost it, but I think that Bailey Joe's D.Va having that second life as Baby D.Va was able to help it. Oh, we're seeing the windows right next to each other here. And the Mei ult, and the Orisa ult.
Yeah, so all the ultimates are going to come out in this overtime. Benedict trying to muster some life while they still can, as the point is still contested. Awake Place is going to use that Baby D.Va, use it as your main, as the bomb is going to come out, gets no value. And with this, a strong defense for Overeasy.
So, Overeasy... Overeasy only needs to get one tick on that second point, and they would just win. Because I don't think Benedict got a tick there, did they?
No.
Okay.
It was no tick. So it's at this point, I would fully expect that the sim strat to come out again that we seen originally from Overeasy.
They were so lightning fast with that. That was crazy.
Yeah, and they're gonna get an additional 32 seconds more than Benedict. I would fully expect. Yep. Vandium doing the sim strat again. I mean, it just works so well to get past that choke point. You have the high ground. Then all you have to do is drop from that high ground, kind of scrim on point, use that bell as sort of kind of like your play around point, and 9 times out of 10, if you get that first pick in that situation, defenders are going to give up for first point every time. So here we see Bailey Joe and StarClan again. The classic duo of Reinhardt and D.Va coming out. So definitely the chemistry between those two players and their tanks, it pays dividends really in this team composition. As Vandium,
there's the Sim TP.
There's the Sim TP. They're gonna drop low, and already Sim turrets come out. Coonrad gets the pick on XNL, so first pick for Benedict. Coonrad gets the kill on StarClan, and so value added on taking down that tank. Skip picking up Clarkster accident, taking down Vandium with Orisa. So far so strong for this defense for Benedict.
Ooh, Bailey Joe with the squish on God's Jedi. You love to see it.
And Awake Place with the funny on Unlasting. So both of these teams able to utilize that D.Va remake to offensive nature.
Yeah, I can never seem to land those.
No, neither can I. And I normally main D.Va, so good on these players to pick up those funnies.
And I was gonna say that Overeasy might have to change something up, and they're gonna switch off of the Sim and go to Reaper, or excuse me, to Sojourn.
Yeah, Sojourn Reaper pick is kind of a nice pseudo classic composition. Because normally Vandium would play like a soldier in this situation if they were playing like Overwatch 1 kind of a deal. But it's ultimately going to come down now with 1:05 left to play. Overeasy has to basically push past this checkpoint, the choke.
Yeah, something we didn't cast there. XNL did sneak around and was on the point as Reaper, but he got picked and was not able to get anything off. So now Overeasy is a little bit staggered.
Yeah, that's going to be an unfortunate set of circumstances as 39 seconds tick over, but Bailey Joe's going to get the pick on accident.
Oh, the D.Va pick too. Now Baby D.Va is out.
There's no tanks for Benedict. Here's the Kitsune rush, but a purple for...
the Boogster with the fat soldier ult.
The Boogster with the quadruple! And with that, that's going to be a strong first point hold for Benedict. So Benedict going to take the win column over to 5. Unless XNL can... No, way before, but here comes a bomb.
Can they get to point in time? No.
No.
It's game for Benedict.
Yep, so pushing Benedict to 5, Overeasy to 1. So excellent playing right now. Skip on the Baptiste with the play of the game.
You'd think that soldier like
right at the very end, you'd think, right?
Yeah.
Nah, the play of the game's rigged.
That's crazy. How is the Soldier 4-man not playing the game?
I
and not
know!
one?
That's just unfortunate. Wow. Come on, Overwatch. Pick better play of the games. Tisk. So we are 2 minutes away from 10 o'clock. I do know that they were going to say that they were going to stop at 10. So I don't know. Yep, people are starting to leave. So with that, for the UNI Scramble, Benedict wins 5 to Over Easy's 1, even though it technically doesn't matter, as a lot of teams kind of played on the, a lot of players played on different teams. But as we kind of close out, Joe, any thoughts?
No, I mean, like, my only thoughts are those are some fun games to cast. Those are some fun games to watch, and especially that last game was fun to watch. I wasn't expecting to see the Hanamura 6v6. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, that was a nice little callback to Overwatch 1. And you got a little peppered in there with some Overwatch 2 characters. I know I saw the Sojourn and I can't think of her name. She does Kitsune Rush. Kiriko, thank you.
Oh, I see Servasa.
Yeah, that's going to be...
Are they going to keep going?
Are they going to keep playing? One more game? It's like they might just do one more game at Servasa, like you mentioned there, Joe.
Yeah, so this is another Flashpoint map. I can't remember if there's 2 or 3 Flashpoint maps. I think it's just 2. It's just Junk City in this one.
Okay, so...
anyways, I like this one, but, I mean, I don't know. It's tough for me to pick a favorite between Junk City and this one because I'm just not that much... I don't really like the mode that much.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first point on Servasa is better than New Junk City, but I think the other points and routes on New Junk City are better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting because I've never seen Servasa yet. So I'll be curious to kind of see what is going to happen. Hopefully, maybe. Oh, so Fervor is going to play a game.
Okay.
So, yep. So Bailey Joe just let me know that they're going to play one more game and then they're going to be off for the night. So this is going to be our last game.
Awesome.
For the evening. So hopefully Over Easy can pull out a comeback win and go 2-5, even though no one's really keeping count except for me.
Yeah, I think I'd be keeping count more if the teams were like the same more, but they're scrambling them, and I think the scramble is a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, the scramble's so fun, and of course you have a bye week. You're, if you're not practicing, you're just chilling and relaxing, and it's basically up to you to get your practice in and hone your skills. So the scramble is a good way for players to, play in a team environment, still hone their skills, and play with other members on the team. So it's very fun, like you mentioned, Joe.
Oh, they're not doing Servasa. Awesome.
Woo! Very fun.
Okay, so it looks like Fervor is going to be going tank against Skip here,
which is always a fun matchup.
Yeah, so this is going to be a good game.
Yes, this is going to be a fun game. Of course, we see Clarkster and S-Jet on the DPS role. I know Clarkster is a very good DPS player. Same with S-Jet. XNL and Unlasting in the support roles I have not seen yet. But, I mean, Unlasting with the Lucio earlier on the Flashpoint, just tasteful. Very, very good. A lot of value on
that.
That.
Being able to get to and from the points quickly on that
Yes.
map with the Lucio is really helpful. Circuit Royale, do you like this map?
I do actually. I think it's one of my more favorite escort maps.
Me too.
In just the sense that I kind of like, you know, as an attacker and as a defender, you just have a lot of variety that you can choose from on how you want to approach different points. The toughest part as an attacker on this map is that first initial choke. You know, because the defenders are going to have that option of that high ground on the right-hand side from the perspective as the defender. But if you can push past that, what I consider, you know, second point kind of streets phase is really easy. But then when you get to the third point, it kind of favors the defender. So there's a lot of give and take for each team. And there's just a lot of more variety that you can kind of play. Because, you know, you got the long sight lines for, you know, the snipers. You have the short compiled third point, which obviously favors more brawly comps. That's just kind of my two cents.
Yeah, and we do see snipers from both sides. I'll tell you, I think for Benedict, they are missing out. This is a pretty good map for Illari. She can throw her pylons way high on the buildings, and that's got a lot of range, the pylon does, and there's just a lot of places for her to hide one.
Yeah, it's interesting to see Clarkster come out with the Symmetra. Of course, they're going to try and force that brawly comp as Fervor is playing the Sigma. So they have a lot of variety on that brawl, kind of engage when they want to. And already we see 3 members of Benedict going down as Fervor and Skip dueling it out on the Sigmas. How about that?
Fervor is getting as much room for his team right now as he can. He is running he's running Benedict team back to their spawn right now.
Yeah.
I think that's a great call.
Yeah, so Fervor, obviously, you know, he's a highly skilled player on the tank role position. So obviously see him with the acumen and knowledge to do that as Locropris. It's going to be Locropris' job to try and stop Fervor, try and get him separated with that team with the May walls. But it's going to come down to that as already Fervor has his gravitic flux and takes down Skip again.
Oh man, and Mr. Sir Claps is gonna get picked on that Widowmaker, and it's just the healers left on Benedict trying to live.
Yeah, it's press S as much as you can. So far so good on the easy push, already pushing way deep into the third point for over easy. So it's just kind of crazy. And XNL popping rally, so here comes, oh, but there's a purple. Can that reverse the nature of this push that Over Easy has started? Now it is Over Easy pressing the S as Lucropris able to get the kill on XNL. Eschet gets the pick on Coonrad. So, but still a lot of free pushing going on the side. Oh, Skip with the triple kill using that gravitic flux and the follow-up on the rock. How about that, Joe?
That is pretty crazy. That saved them from losing a lot harder, but now it also puts them in a good spot to defend, because this is a good choke for Benedict to defend from. They do have the high ground, and Over Easy does have to like choose whether to go right up those stairs, which is really cramped, or left up this ramp, which is just a shooting gallery pretty much.
Yeah, it is, as we see Skip already taking down XNL, so the strong defense using those lengthy sight lines and abilities, as Eschet's going to have 100% charge on the Sojourn secondary. Try and get the value and the quick pick from that, as Mr. Sir Claps, who's now playing the Ashe, is able to get a huge pickup sniper shot. And just back and forth, a strong hold so far for Benedict.
Croissant.
Croissant. I can't.
It's kind of like the Doomfist, like chivalry. That one's the one that
yeah.
I just I can't.
And they say.
And they say. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we see
So the
Fervor using his
gravitic
gravitic flux.
Trying to get some value, kind of space
Did
out.
he get slept out of it?
I think he did. I didn't. He didn't get any pickup kills or follow-ups from that. And Locapris able to get some value, applying that pressure on that DPS, and Mr. Sir Collapse eventually takes down Eshtet. But already the damage has been done.
That bomb did help them defend quite a bit there. And we see Skip using his gravitic flux now. Is able to pick up the kill on Fervor. And that's just going to be eating up a little bit more time for the attackers to attack here.
Yeah, it's basically, Battle of the Giants. Whoever gets the pick on whoever's Sigma first is going to win that team fight.
Yeah.
And we kind of see that here as both of these teams,
We see some good dinks from Unlasting, and they are able to get the pick off of that. Nice work, Unlasting. Got 2 dinks on the Sigma.
Yep, so we
as that Kiriko.
Yep, so we fully expect to see this being pushed well onto hopefully the second point, as these long sight lines are going to favor Mr. Sir Collapse as he's going to try and look for the picks.
We see Skip coming out as Sigma here. He needs to push forward. They need to get the touch, otherwise they're going to get this point.
Fervor.
And they are contested at this last line here.
0.36 millimeters as Gravitic's Flux comes out for over easy. Picks up Mr. Sir Collapse. Tries to get the follow-up and successfully gets it as Locapris goes down.
That was really well played.
So
he
that's going to
used his gravitic flux and went around the corner so he couldn't get slept out of it. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was very awesome play. That was a good dynamic set of plays. So again, back to the poking. Who is ever going to take down who's Sigma? Bailey Joe tries to heal up all of the team members. So it's going to come down to this corner here as
Bailey Joe
Nano
uses
boost.
Nano on Skip's Sigma. Squaring up with Fervor's Sigma right now, but we see XNL use the Brigitte ult.
As ultimates again come out from both of these teams, both teams using Rally. Here's the Kitsune rush now from Unlasting. So the hallway is going to be strongly in favor of Over Easy. Here's the Gravitic Flux. Picks up 2 members of Over Easy. Unlasting goes down. Fervor goes down.
XNL goes down, and that's going to be the end of that push for Over Easy. Not bad. They got it pretty far.
Yeah, they had a good strong push. You made Benedict kind of use a lot of abilities. Kind of basically it was a clean death and reset. So
we'll see how Over Easy's able to come back here, because this isn't like an impossible choke to come back from, but can it be tough? We see Fervor use his Gravitic Flux, pick up a couple members of Over Easy, but he's not able to secure a pick on any of them. He gets Coonrad, but Coonrad takes his healer, so both teams are down a healer right now.
Yeah, it's going to be coming down to now the sim wall's coming out, so that's going to add some value, allow Over Easy to take the space. But Fervor's going to be purpled and he's going to die. Ooh. Locapris with the pickup. Skip with the rock kill on Clarkster. So again, strong defense now with 25 seconds left to play.
That was really well played by Benedict there. I saw Bailey Joe used her nano. I couldn't tell who she nanoed, but whoever it was, it was just too much damage for Over Easy to deal with, and they ended up crumpling. I think that's going to be as far as Over Easy's going to get. They have to touch now, and all 5 of Over Easy are in the way.
Yeah, Fervor does get the kill on Bailey Joe, so they're down a healer. Locapris gets the pick up on XNL. Here's Coonrad. Locapris gets 2. Locapris gets 3. And with that team kill, that's going to be a strong 3rd-point hold for Benedict. How about that, Joe?
That was good. You know, we saw Locarpus go crazy, as XNL says in the chat. He did go crazy on that Sojourn at the end there.
Yeah, he did. He kind of, utilized the Sojourn ult and just went to town, in the middle of the craziness, able to just absolutely pop off and secure that strong defense. Otherwise, it would have been a Skip show and just rolled right through it. But, if Skip doesn't have the support, doesn't have the DPS help, it's not going to happen. So of course, the individual players matter, but what also matters is the team play and being able to try and get the synergies rolling and resource distribution as much as possible. So what do you want to see from Benedict trying to come out, try and get this essentially a full push?
I don't know. I think the Widow pick here is good because you can look for a pick or two and swap, or if it ends up not working, you're in your spawn right here. It's like the Widow pick on King's Row for attackers, right? It's pretty safe. Just look for a pick. We saw last round that Overeasy actually kept the Widow for a while, and we might see that here, but I think the Sigma Ditto's interesting as well. I don't know. I think the Brigitte from both teams is also interesting because they were Brigitte last round too.
Yeah, that pick from Bailey Joe on Clarkster, that's going to add some value, and that's going to help Benedict push a little bit past this choke point as Overeasy's down at DPS. And so it's going to be coming down to that variety play as Mr. Circlips. Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, and I also want to point out that Overeasy does not have any hit scan guaranteed damage that way. I mean, like, the Pharah did just get a pick, got 2 picks, but with the Pharah Hanzo, it's you're just hoping your shots land kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one disadvantage that, unless Benedict is able to get that, kill confirm with Mr. Circlaps on the Widow, that Pharah is going to have free reign as much as they want on the back line.
Right.
I mean, unless Locropris can make something happen with this 100% charge, and with that, a quick follow-up and Clarkster goes down.
Oh, Skip got slept out of his Gravitic Flux, which hit 2 or 3 of Overeasy, I couldn't tell. Yeah. That's going to be tough for Benedict to come back from, but they are able to get some picks off of it, and they are pushing up. They do come back from it, what do you know?
Yeah, so Bailey Joe able to get the push confirm. Nano boosting Skip, as Skip's able to clear and make space, take those corners, as Locropris is going to get slept. Of course, no value added on that, and now here comes the Clarkster above the air poke. Try and go for that backline, get an early pick, and sort of kind of stop this momentum that Benedict has right now.
Bailey Joe looking for a pick on the far again.
Oh,
and is able to get it with the Widow's help.
And with that, Fervor was slept out of the Gravitic Flux, so a nullified Gravitic Flux.
It's just nullified Gravitic Fluxes left and right this match.
The counterplay has just been phenomenal from both of these teams.
Yeah, and already with Nanoed here, and he's trying to hold off all of Benedict, but it's tough. He's like 1v5ing.
Yeah, he is 1v5ing, but Locropris using the ultimate. Clarkster gets a double kill, so vice versa, but that's going to be enough for Benedict to take first point.
And Benedict is going to be able to respawn a little bit closer there, so that is unfortunate that the Pharah ult was used in that way, because they don't have it now. You know what I mean?
So yeah, they utilized it, and definitely Benedict is going to have the ult advantage going into this next team fight. Of course, maybe XNL gets his if it's prolonged. I
have to say, Clarkster, you got to switch, man. I don't think it's good to keep forcing this Pharah.
No, especially on the second point, as Skip gets the pickup on S-Jet, and Coonrad follows up on XNL. Unlasting gets the purple kill on Coonrad. Mr. Circlaps gets the pickup on Fervor. So the tank's down, so now you got to press W if you're Benedict.
Yeah, Skip got a 3-man Gravitic Flux there. That was pretty huge for Benedict.
right? But I agree with you, Joe. Clarkster does need to come off this Pharah. The Pharah is so hard to play on that third point, which you know you're gonna get to at this point now. So save the ult charge for later, as here comes both of these teams on the team fight, trying to stop with 0.04 meters ticked over. Skip picks up the kill, able to get a couple melees in. He's in the scrim, and with this, a confirmed second point for Benedict. Wow,
Oh, man.
Skip going to town on that one.
Skip's
on
mad.
fire.
He's playing angry. He's saying, I want to push past and I want to beat Fervor here.
Yeah.
Look at him.
yeah.
He's just waiting.
He's emoting. He's emoting. So with the Skip again, picking it up with a purple Fervor. That's going to be unfortunate, but he's going to be able to get out of it. Here's the Gravitic Flux now from Fervor. Picks up 2.
Oh! But it got canceled, I think, by Bailey Joe's sleep.
Wow, just these sleeps from both of these Annas have been huge.
Yeah.
So XNL playing excellent, but unfortunately goes down. And with this, Benedict is going to seal the deal on that one.
Shout out to Bailey Joe and shout out to Unlasting. Those two,
Absolutely.
like, both Skip and Fervor were like the faces of the team as the Sigmas, but man, they could not have done anything without their Annas, and the Annas shut them down so many times.
Yeah, I mean, of course, it was all going to come down to, you know, who could get the gravitic fluxes and the values from the Sigma, but just the ability
so
that both
that
of
last-
these teams.
Yeah, that last ult cancel for Fervor, his ult got canceled by Skip's rock on Sigma, not Bailey Joe's sleep. It looked like the sleep hit, but I didn't see the hit marker and I knew, but I wasn't sure. But yeah, it was Skip's rock. So that was a good game.
Yeah, it was a fun evening. So, okay, officially now, Joe, do you have any closing thoughts?
I don't know. I just those are fun games to cast.
Yeah,
I liked watching them. I'm excited for next week.
Yeah, so exciting.
What about you?
Yeah, I mean, both teams were very fun and exciting to watch. I had fun casting them, and you know, it really hones the skill for all these players as they go into next week. So, with that in mind, I want to thank UNI Esports able to host this event. If you get the chance, go ahead and go get some merch if you enjoyed watching tonight. Rep some UNI Panther Esports merch at esportsgear.com/collections/University of Northern Iowa. Next week, you can catch us on Thursday night as UNI takes on the University of Wisconsin River Falls, who is looking for their first win of the season. That game is going to be at 8 o'clock on Thursday. UNI Gold is going to have a second bye week, so both of those players, both matches. Oh my goodness, let me try and think of the words that I want to say. I was doing so well. UNI Gold is going to get the bye week, so they get so the players on Gold team is going to get the bye. So if you can, make sure you tune in for the UNI Purple matchup. Benedict, for this UNI Scramble, thanks for joining us. Yes, Coldplay fan, word hard. So I'm going to stop using words. My name is Jaeger, for Joe in the casting booth, Igneous in production. Thanks for joining us tonight. Have a good night.